Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Shereen and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm talking about everything that I took with me to the hospital when I was giving birth to Zayden and what I actually used. Before we dive in, I want to tell you that the stuff that I packed was already so little compared to what you're told to pack for the hospital. And the only reason why it happens to be that way for me is because Zayden is my second baby. So when I was packing, I was going through like a lot of checklists and I recognized so many items on the checklist that I had packed to the hospital when I was having Myra and I ended up not using. So I purposely packed much less things, which I will go over with you in just a second, but even then I still didn't even need everything that I packed. And a lot of that has to do with COVID restrictions in regards to visitors. Because visitors were not allowed, I didn't really need to like get ready or change or do everything I wanted to do in the hospital. So let's go over everything that I packed. As I go through it, I'll let you know what I actually ended up using and what I didn't use. So I purposely packed 2 separate bags. And let me tell you why. I knew that when I rushed to the hospital, I'm in labor, we're like trying to get in, I might be in so much pain. I did not want Asmar's worry to be having to grab this bag from the car while I'm trying to make my way into labor and delivery. I wanted him to hold me, support me until we get there. So in this bag, I packed everything that I would need after the baby is born. The second bag that I packed was this tote bag. I know it's such a simple bag and I purposely picked it for that reason. I did not want to take any of my handbags, like my nice bags, because like this bag ended up on the floor and on a chair, and this is like my go-to bag for like I need something to put my stuff in. I knew that like when I'm in labor and I'm in so much pain and I'm trying to get to the hospital, I wanted Asmar to just grab this bag and grab me and support me. I could even hold this bag while he's holding me because it's so light and easy, and then we make it to labor and delivery, and then after the baby was born we would worry about going back to the car to get this bag. So in the tote bag I had a mini wallet. It was literally, I don't have it with me right now, but it's like those little wallets that can go like around your neck with a necklace, and it had 3 cards: my ID, my debit card, and my health insurance card. And on the other side I had like a few $20 bills, just like some cash in case we needed like a vending machine or something. And for me, that's all I needed. You guys, my regular wallet is so big and thick and heavy, and I did not want to worry about taking that to the hospital. The other thing I left in the tote bag was a bottle of water. I drink tons of water and I love it. I didn't want to find myself in a situation where I need a glass of water and I don't have it. I also took my earpods. I wanted my earpods in my ear just in case Asmar and I like disconnected, like in case like he dropped me off while Myra happens to be with us and he had to go take her back home, or like, you know, all those like worst case scenarios that could happen, so that I can just call him from my watch and be able to talk without having to hold my phone. I didn't end up using this a single time, but I am very glad I took it because there were so many scenarios in my head that could have very much happened. I also had my chargers. This is my cell phone charger and that's my watch charger. The last thing I had in my tote bag was a backup battery, and I wanted to take this because I wasn't sure like if my phone and my watch were running low on battery and I happened to be in a room where the charger was far away and I was sitting on the labor and delivery bed with like epidural down my back and Asmar is not with me. I just wanted everything that's like essential for me to get in touch with people to be handy. So this is everything that I had in the tote bag, and this tote bag went with me everywhere. The other thing about this bag, I purposely picked this size. It had to be like this long because I know like when you go to the hospital they give you a lot of documentations and you have to sign some papers, and they give you some information on like breastfeeding and like taking care of the baby and like some, you know, like the birth certificate and a bunch of stuff. So I wanted this bag to like have all my important things, the things that I can't go through the day without, in case I had to move rooms or when I'm leaving the hospital at the end of the whole experience. This bag would have been the most important piece I wanted to hold on to. Now let's dive into everything I took in the carry-on. I took 3 outfits for me and Asmar. I knew that we were going to be in the hospital for about 2 to 3 days. Like that was like kind of like worst case scenario for natural birth, which is what I was going for. And those outfits were a complete outfit, like underwears, undershirts, pants, and a shirt. And I wanted everything to be sweats and everything to be like a cotton long sleeve so that it keeps us warm, like you have a nice layer of clothing, you know, when you go to sleep and whatnot. And of course socks. for my outfits, and I know a lot of times it's recommended to have like a zip up or a button down shirt for breastfeeding, but for me, I just wanted something that had like a little bit of buttons. It didn't have to go all the way down, and I had plenty of shirts in my closet like that, so I just packed those. This is one example of it. So this is what, like, as you can see, it's really wide and it already has like this many buttons, and I knew that a shirt like this would be perfect, and it's cotton and it's super soft and cozy, so I just focused on that. I didn't like go out of my way and buy like pajamas just for breastfeeding, because I just didn't have the brain for that when I was pregnant. Now, what did we use from that? Nothing. Nothing, you guys. I only used one outfit for myself when I was coming home, and here is why. So we were in the hospital for 2.5 days, and halfway through the time we were in the hospital, Asmar came home to see Myra and just kind of like give her some time, and he ended up showering and changing at home. So when he came back to the hospital, everything I packed for him, he ended up not using any of it. Okay? But I'm still glad I did, because you never know what other situation we would have been put in, where he may have not been able to leave me and the baby, or he may have gotten something on him where he needed to change. For me, I was so comfortable in the hospital gown. I showered after the first 24 hours, and they gave me a clean gown, and I just put it on, and I was so comfortable in it. And I pretty much stayed in that until the morning we were leaving. I took another shower that morning, and I put on one of my outfits, and I came home in that, and that was it. It was so easy. And again, I think that goes back to when I said like the COVID restrictions about visitation, because I knew nobody was coming to visit us, so I didn't care to get out of the hospital. Like, I was so comfortable. It's so like breezy, and it's so convenient for breastfeeding, and I was just comfortable that way. The other thing that I took from me was a nursing bra and a nursing cover, and that came in really handy because it was really easy access for nursing the baby, and it was just really convenient for me to have that. Nursing cover, I didn't use it because it was just me, Asmar, and the baby, and it was just so chill. We were so casual, so raw, and it was so beautiful. Now, for our personal care stuff, I made these two bags. So the red one had my personal care stuff, and the blue one had Asmar's stuff. So I'll show you what I packed. So obviously deodorant, very basic makeup. I just had like my powdered foundation, my blush, one brush, mascara, eyeliner pencil, and eyebrow pencil, lip balm and lip gloss, face wash, mini perfume, and this is the powder for my eyebrows, mini face cream, and some hair ties and hair clips. Now, let me go over this really quick, because I know it seems so little, but I personally love how raw this experience is. Like, giving birth is such a beautiful moment. Like, nothing is more natural than that, and I wanted that to show in my pictures. Like, when I took pictures with the baby and Asmar, I just wanted to be me. If my skin is pale, so be it. If my hair is frizzy, so be it. Like, I didn't care, and I took the makeup with me in case I cared, and I still didn't care, and I still didn't use it. I called the hospital prior to giving birth to see what they have, like, so I don't have to pack too many things. And they told me that they have like a face wash and conditioner and lotion. So I'm not very picky about the products I use in my hair, especially when it's only like a 2-day thing, like it's not like a month or something. So I only cared to pack like a small sample of my face wash. My face wash is like the most important thing for me to use on my skin. Perfume, I ended up not using my perfume because it was just me and the baby, and it was just so natural, and like he loved being on me the way I am, and I'm like, God, I'm not gonna put perfume on, of course. It was just so nice the way it is. I did use the deodorant, the lip balm, and the face cream. I actually did my face routine. I didn't skip any of the days. So I washed my face, put moisturizer on, put lip balm, and I went to bed, and it was really nice. The hair clips were also very handy because I swear I lose hair clips like crazy. Like, I don't know how I lose hair clips, but they were really handy. I absolutely had extras. I didn't like run out, but I'm glad I took as many as I did. And yes, I did not take a hairbrush or a comb because I don't brush or comb my hair all the time, and I figured it's just 2 days, who cares? Like, I don't need to brush my hair in those 2 days. Now, for Asmar's bag, his deodorant, his mini cologne, and a shaving kit. So why a shaving kit? Because when I went in labor with Myra, I had time at home. Like, I knew I was in labor and I didn't have to rush to the hospital. I was like early labor. So I remember he rushed to the bathroom and he started shaving, And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why is it important to shave right now? And he said, I don't want her to meet me that way, because he wasn't shaved. So this time I packed his shaving kit just in case. I don't know what time of day we were gonna end up at the hospital, if he's shaved or not. And I was sure that he cares to be shaved when he meets his son and take pictures with him. He didn't end up using it because when I went to the hospital to give birth, it was the third time around. Like, we had 2 false trips the days before. So he was well prepared and he was shaved before we went to the hospital for the actual labor. And then I took our toothbrushes. I know that's not included in our like personal kit because I usually pack toothbrushes in here. But here I have 2 toothbrushes, mouthwash, and toothpaste for both of us. The only other thing I took for me, and it wasn't really like packed in the hospital bag, was my slipper. I took my slipper on my way to the hospital. Like, I was prepared, just like I had this tote bag ready to go. I had this slipper going with me. Like, I had it by the door because this was a slipper I wanted to wear when I go to the hospital. And here's why. I wanted something that was easy to slip in and slip out of. Like, that was so important for me because I was thinking on my way to the hospital, I might be in so much pain. Like, I don't want to like have to like lift my leg and squeeze it in my tennis shoes or whatnot. So for me, a slipper was perfect. I didn't do flip-flops because I wanted to be able to wear socks and put my slippers on at the same time because I am just obsessed with my feet and I hate if like my feet is like too cold or too warm or too dry. And I asked Asmar the exact same thing. I said, hey, I'm taking this easy slipper for 1, 2, 3 reasons. Would you like me to take a slipper for you so that it's easy for you to like go to the cafeteria and get me water or use the restroom so you're not having to put your tennis shoes on all the time? And he said, no, I'm fine, don't worry about me. And when he came home halfway through the hospital experience, he ended up bringing a slipper back to the hospital. So you should pack a slipper for you and your partner. Last but certainly not least, the baby stuff. I packed a going home outfit for the baby. I didn't pack outfits for him to wear throughout the hospital experience because babies, they just want to be swaddled and they're happy. And I knew he was gonna have like checkups and whatnot, and I just didn't want to put him through the fact of like putting his arm through a sleeve so early on. I was completely okay with him just being swaddled, but it's important for the outfit to be layered. So I took this cute outfit for him. It's like that's how tiny he was, you guys. Oh my god, I miss him. He was so tiny. Okay, anyways, this is one short sleeve, another short sleeve, and then a long sleeve. And I love that it has this little fold in case his hand was cold or he had long nails and I didn't have a chance to clip them or whatnot. So this shirt was perfect. This outfit also came with the pants. That was really cute, but the pants didn't have the feet, so I made sure to take a socks with me, and this was perfect for him. The other things I took, I told you I was a big fan of just swaddling the baby the first couple of days anyways, so I had taken my own swaddles, but I ended up not using them because the hospital had plenty and I could care less which ones I was using. I'm gonna leave mine in my bag so they're clean so I don't have to do laundry when I go home, and I just used whatever the hospital had. But between the swaddles and the going home outfits for the baby, that's really all I needed. The other thing that of course we took for the baby, which I don't have with me in this video, is the car seat. And in the car seat, I kept a blanket, like a nice heavy fluffy blanket, because I wasn't sure how cold or like warm he was gonna be. And we ended up not using the blanket either, but I'm still glad I took the blanket in the car seat with us. One of the difficult things for me with this pregnancy is that we couldn't do the hospital tour. I didn't know what was included, what wasn't included, what I need to bring, what I didn't have to bring. Everything was just so unknown, and that was really hard for me. But it passed and it was such a great experience and I can't change it for anything else. If I were you, I would make a list of everything that you think you must have and then call the hospital and see what they provide and what they don't provide, and based on that come up with the list of things you need to pack. And it's up to you. Like, if you're the kind of person that want to be all glammed up for your big day, having a baby is such a special experience, go ahead and pack everything that you need to do so. And if you're like me, where you prefer to just be all naked and raw about the whole thing, then pack very little things and you may or may not use it. For example, I knew that I was going to need things like nipple cream, pads, disposable underwears, like all these recover things I knew I needed, and I had them at home. I just didn't want to pack them with me because I didn't want to take more than just one bag. I didn't want to have too much to carry. So I called the hospital and I asked them, do you provide this, this, this? And everything they said yes to, I left it at home. I did not take it with me because I counted on the fact that they have it, and they did have it, and everything was really well. Like, my experience was outstanding. I gave birth in the Stanford Children's Hospital in Palo Alto, and I will be releasing a review on the hospital next week. So stay tuned if you want to see that. Thank you so much for watching my video. That's all I wanted to share with you. This video was like so touching to my heart because it brought back so many memories from like 4 months ago. So I was really happy to make it, and it was so easy for me to sit here and talk about it. So thank you for your time. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And I'll say bye for now. See you next week.